Did you know that studies show that people who have a strong sense of purpose about their lives, well, they make more money. They also live longer. They have better sleep. They have a lower risk for dementia. They have fewer heart attacks and strokes. Studies also show that people who are searching for their life purpose, well, they have a higher degree of worsening their health, both physically and mentally. So on one hand, if you know your purpose, you're going to be happier, healthier, and wealthier. And on the other hand, if you don't know your purpose, well, you're pretty much screwed. Sorry. Imagine waking up in the morning, every morning, knowing exactly what you're doing here on the planet, knowing exactly what you were created for and you were fulfilling it. Can you imagine the confidence that you would feel about every decision that you make? Because you're in perfect alignment with your divine purpose. Well, you don't have to imagine that, because by the end of this talk, you can actually walk away with your purpose. I believe that each one of us has a divine purpose, that it is our right and our destiny to live that purpose, and that the world would be a much better place to live if we were all living our purpose. I want you to think about whether you know your purpose. What is it? What could it possibly be? Now, I'm not the only one that believes this. You know, this has been coming through the ages. All the greats have said something about the purpose, your purpose, how to find your purpose. Buddha said, in fact, that your purpose is actually to find your purpose. Gandhi said, find purpose, the means will follow. I like that Mark Twain quote about the two most important days of your life is, one, the day you were born, and two, the day you find out why. Well, that's all great because, well, every seminar that I've been to in the last 10 years, whether it be professional or personal development, they all want to know your purpose. It's all about finding that purpose because why? If you know your purpose, wow, everything's going to fall into place, right? I mean, your business is going to take off and you're never going to have to work another day in your life. You're going to be working your passion, you're going to make $1 gazillion, and you're going to be so happy, you're going to marry the right person, everything's going to fall into place. I paid a lot for those seminars. We want to have and know that we're doing the right thing. We want to know our purpose. It's innate. But the problem is only 25%, according to those studies, actually have any clue about what their purpose is. The rest of us, we don't have a clue. And we keep searching and searching and searching. I often work with mission-driven entrepreneurs who want to make a difference in the world. And I love working with these people because they're driven, they're passionate, they want to make a difference, and they're out there doing it. They're doing their best. The problem is that there's this underlying angst that they're maybe not quite doing their purpose, or maybe it's not the right purpose, or maybe their purpose isn't big enough. And it really wears on them. And those are the people who actually know their purpose. The ones who don't, they go from niche to niche to niche, trying to find the right project, the right product that was actually going to show them what their purpose is. Well, I work with these people, and my client, Carol, she was very similar in that she had a passion project that she really wanted to turn into a business and make it flourish, but it wasn't as successful as she wanted it to be. So she, it made sense because after all, she was so busy working on everything else. She was helping her husband build his business. She had a huge family and elderly parents she took care of, and she had kids. She had outside investments that she had to manage. She was so busy and she was exhausted all the time. She felt awful. She felt unfulfilled. It was really wearing on her body. Her body was always sore. She didn't know what to do. The real cost of her putting her dreams on hold were far greater than that, and I was about to find out why in my own life. You see, I was a lot like Carol, really super busy. My hands were in everything. I was working with my husband on building our family business. I was teaching kickboxing and having fun. I was, doing things with my family and my kids, my grandkids, trying to really do everything. I also had my own coaching business, which was a full-time job I was doing on the side. I was so busy until one day, it all fell apart. It was a Thursday morning. I got up early to pay some bills, and I was sitting down at my computer. And I was online going through some credit card statements when I came across this expense that I didn't recognize. And with a little further investigation, I saw that it was for an apartment in Hawaii for a month. That's strange. Is my husband going to try and take me on a vacation? Our business is closed. Things are really tough right now because we're in the middle of a pandemic. And why would he do that without talking to me? I looked a little further, and sure enough, there was airline reservations, but they were for one way. That's how I found out my husband was moving to Hawaii. Now, he said he wasn't leaving me. I mean, it's a free world. You can come if you want to. But he was leaving. And the next 2 weeks were a complete blur. There was dividing up of accounts and assets, and there was packing and shipping vehicles, and I was completely numb. I didn't know what to do. I mean, it wasn't just about being left, or it wasn't about another person. It was about, who am I? If I'm not taking care of someone else, if I'm not working a business that's making a difference in other people's lives, then what am I doing? And what is my value? And why am I here? I became severely depressed, and I went to bed, and I didn't want to get out. I wanted my burning bush moment. Okay? I wanted the heavens to open up and tell me what my purpose was. I needed written instructions now, okay? Like a stone tablet would be nice. But there was no burning bush. There was no voice, there was no tablet, there was only silence. It got so bad that one night, I was laying in bed. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. And my heart is pounding out of my chest. It's shaking the bed I'm laying on. My stomach is in knots. My head is throbbing. My throat is sore. My eyes are completely burning from crying and screaming and writhing in pain. I just didn't think I could go on. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt completely lost, completely on my own. And I said to myself, Mel, seriously? Is this what you're doing? Is this what's actually happening? Is this what you're going to do? You may not know your purpose, but what do you want your purpose to be? What do I want my purpose to be? And it was in that moment that I decided today was the day. I realized the power of choice. You know, that's what Carol did too. Carol made the decision that she was an artist. She decided that her purpose was to bring beauty into the world and to share that with everyone and bring the artist into everyone, bring the artist out of everyone around her. She became a best-selling author. She started making an income from that art business and was able to spend less time at it so she could be with her family. In this process, I learned a lot about what is purpose. Your purpose is not lost. Okay, you don't have to go find it. It's not hiding on you. It's actually inside of you. Your purpose isn't going to be delivered to you from some outside source. There isn't some predetermined destiny that's going to happen for you and to you. And your purpose is not just one thing. It's going to change and evolve, and you can actually change it at will. Your purpose is your decision. It's actually an integration of who you are with what you're doing. It's not about what you're doing. It's about those values that make you you, integrating. What's my purpose? Well, I couldn't come up with one on my own. So I decided to borrow one from one of the greats. Mother Teresa said that we all have a purpose. It's to love and be loved. I like that. It works for me right now because it's more about being than it is about doing. I've been doing enough doing. So I'm going to wear that one for a while until I decide something else, because it's just that simple. How about for you? Do you know what your purpose is? Well, it's just time to pick one. Because the dirty little secret about purpose is that you just make it up. Just pick something, anything, doesn't matter. It can be small, it can be something sweet, it can be big. It doesn't matter. Just decide, because it's coming from that intention of what your purpose is that's going to actually make you wealthier, healthier, and happier. At the end of the day, it's not about whether you have purpose or whether you're searching for purpose. It's that you're living purposefully. Purposefully. Thank you.